the lesson.
Oh yeah.
You work closely with the Hoods. Now I'm guessing is when you became label mates or when you were label mates with them, is that where you developed your relationship, or did that happen prior to?
Yeah, like yeah, I didn't really know them very well. Like I'd sort of had seen them years before. Like I did this this festival in '96. Like we drove over from Melbourne to play these like shows in Adelaide, and it's the first time I saw them perform. But I didn't really I didn't really meet them properly. Like not until like they were signed to Obese, and then I think I really got to know them on the Calling tour because Pegs, me and Select did the support tour for that. So it was like lots of shenanigans and crazy partying and stuff, and that's when I sort of got to know them. But yeah, it's like so I guess that was around maybe 2004. I'm thinking.
Yeah, it would have been because I think Calling dropped in 03, so
yeah,
it would have
so
been
that
end
tour
of
would have
03.
been that somewhere around end of 2003, 2004, around there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So that would have been
About 12 years ago.
shit. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
And it's
wild.
funny, like yeah. So the whole so drumming with them, like I've been drumming with them for about 5 years, and that was almost like a chance thing as well. So like I was doing me and Muff were like really way out of cycle. Like we were having troubles making another record. We were a little bit kind of like had our own kind of problems and stuff, and we ended up taking a tour with Draft. So we were like, instead of doing our own headline shows, because we were 3 years out of making a record, we was like, fuck, we got to do something. So we ended up taking like that tour, and so we were touring around supporting Draft in 2011, mid 2011, and I hit Adelaide, and then after the show, like Suffer just came up to me. It's like, oh, we're looking for a drummer to tour with us. You know, would you be interested? I want to get in the way of anything like you already got happening or whatever. It's like, no, I'm good. Let's do it. And he's like, oh, like think about it. It's like, yeah, I just kind of thought about it just then. Let's go.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was kind of cool. I don't know if he would have like asked me to do it if I hadn't been touring at the time or whatever happened. But I guess it was kind of like, I think he mentioned to me once it was kind of like when he came down to that show, it was kind of like they were thinking of a drummer, and it was kind of like an obvious choice.
Yeah.
Because we had that history and whatever.
And then that was obviously being the Calling tour. That was I guess that was the last tour before they'd really blown up.
Yeah, like that was fucking interesting seeing that, because like one memory I have is like they did like when they played Melbourne, they played at the Corner Hotel, which is not the biggest of venues, but like they ended up doing 2 nights, so they sold out 2 nights. And because it sold out so quick, they did a third night. They booked a third night, which sold out as well. And then they booked a 4th night. So they ended up selling out 4 nights at the Corner Hotel in a row. And they were like, oh, well, fuck, this is ridiculous. We got to cap it at some point.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was like that. I think that was definitely that transition where no one really knew how successful they were going to be, but maybe that was kind of like a glimpse into what was going to happen,
And then obviously that record is the one with Nosebleed section on it.
Yeah, right.
And I remember when that hit the J's. I think that was really...
There was that running joke that they're getting played on Nova and stuff at the time. So yeah, that was just like, that song was just jumping off everywhere.
Well, yeah, I remember when that hit the radio, and it was kind of just like, I don't know, I don't remember a Australian hip-hop single getting that kind of push, and I kind of feel like that really is what kicked the doors open for everyone else.
I mean, it's hard to remember. Like, I know there was like other groups doing stuff like maybe even 1200 Techniques had like a bit of a hot single and stuff. But yeah, definitely for that movement, like definitely for Obese anyway, that was definitely the song that like made everything else jump off. Yeah.
That was that album was on Obese. They were on Obese.
Calling, I think was I think the one that they did before Obese was Left Foot, Right Foot. So
yeah, that's a classic.
So between that record and Calling
is when they signed.
Obese.
I kind of think of them as what's the word? The Run DMC of Australian hip hop, in the sense that they kind of kicked the doors in with that single, and sort of allowed it for other people
and
to come
kind of
in.
like I guess the thing to remember too is that they just stayed, even with the success and stuff, they just maintained their sound and were still themselves.
Very organic.
Yeah, like I don't think a lot of groups have managed to do that. They, start out one way and then they get the success and then they play into that success and they start making shit that's kind of, well, it's hard to say, like maybe they want to go that way or whatever. It's just conjecture, but yeah, I think like the Hoods definitely, like, it seems to be a really organic, natural progression.
Yeah, very much so. Any been on these tours, like the arena tour and that, anything that's like while you've been on tour with them that's just sort of made you be like, wow, like
all my favorite memories I cannot divulge. I don't know.
Are there any that you can divulge?
I don't know. Like, do I have any stories? Just funny things. Like, I don't know. I don't even have complete stories, but some of my funniest memories are like watching Debris sit in an airport with his brand new sneaker, his 90s, and just holding it there because he's such a gentleman. He didn't want to throw up in the airport, so he was going to throw up into his sneaker. And just watching him sit there with the sneaker in his hand. It's like, dude. Yeah, just stuff like that.
Just general random
just
funny
pops
shit.
into my head. Yeah.
How was being on that stage on that arena tour?
That was a weird one. Like, to be honest with you, like I felt it was crazy, like, and all that kind of stuff. But it was also like a little bit. I felt it was that disconnecting thing as well, because like I think we had done so much touring where it was just like the two boys in front, me and Baz backline for a lot of it, and then all of a sudden we have this orchestra. And then we have there's a couple of layers of perspex baffles and stuff for sound. So like it's all very dissected and stuff. It was crazy cool. It was like a crazy experience. It didn't really have that immediacy for me, like with the audience or whatever. It's just kind of like, yeah, it was like watching it on TV or something.
What's it like backstage at a gig like that? It's like the food and the catering out of control.
Oh man, it's like, yeah, you could like live there. It's better than I don't know. Yeah, it's good. They're definitely, I guess if any group on that kind of like level, there's definitely like some niceness to it.
No doubt.
Yeah, there's no weird shit like just like red M&Ms and everyone gets fresh pairs of socks and stuff.
Yeah, I've heard some wild shit, man, about like dudes on tours just requesting.
Yeah, I think the idea behind that started. I don't know if this is true, but it sort of makes sense that like if you have like a rider and you put something weird in it and it gets taken care of, so someone actually picks the red M&Ms out and you have a bowl of red. It just means like, so if they've taken care of that, then I think a lot of the other bigger shit's probably taken care of as well. It's like one of those things.
So it's like a performance standard.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, okay, so they're paying attention. Sort of thing.
The lesson. Oh yeah.